I am sharing Hotstepper comments, please listen carefully. As someone who has done the work, and has studied world history, achieving a master's in comparative politics and economics, and a bachelor's in Anglo-American history, it really must be said, it's more than shocking, that we could ever see so many without a clue what is going on in Ukraine, but all wanting an opinion on it. Only, how can anyone ever form any kind of logical opinion on anything, without knowing all the facts? That's more commonly known as outright ignorance. It's actually even more incredible that we could see anyone, let alone so many, think that Russia have acted in any way, other than the correct way, the ethical way, and the moral way, in everything they've done. So, seriously, we must be asking all these people, if there's something mentally wrong with them all. Maybe all these people we unbelievably see with the Ukrainian support? It's easily, and by far, the most treacherous thing we've ever seen from any of us, throughout our entire history, and it proves that none of these people we see supporting Ukraine understand any of this at all. And my goodness me, these traitors against all of us couldn't be more dangerous and more wrong than they all are today. And also, while I'm at it, let's get this understood. It is not, and has never been, a Russian invasion of Ukraine, and again, this fact alone proves that none of these people understand any of this at all. Obviously, we do hear that from our own criminal lying governments. Only they obviously know very well that it wasn't, and isn't, a Russian invasion of Ukraine. Yet, very few of the people do. Many don't even know what we've all really seen happen in Ukraine. Since the illegal US coup of Ukraine in 2014, many don't even know it was the USA that planned and purposely caused the coup in Ukraine. And again, many have no idea that the US placed Ukrainian government's army, and their neo-Nazi, NATO-trained thugs, have non-stop been trying to murder and wipe those innocent Eastern Ukrainians out, for the last 8 years. And why? Because those Eastern Ukrainians speak Russian, and they didn't agree with the illegal coup against their legally elected government. So, we then saw all of those innocent Eastern Ukrainians hold a referendum on whether they should claim independence from Ukraine, who only want to slaughter them all. And they then overwhelmingly voted to claim their own independence from Ukraine, seeing the creation of both the Donetsk People's Republic and the Luhansk People's Republic. Then, in February 2022, both the Donetsk People's Republic and the Luhansk People's Republic saw Ukraine building up a military force of over 200,000 troops, with Nazi battalions included, on their borders, who were well dug in, and heavily armed with modern Western weapons targeting them. Ukraine were about to carry out the pre-planned full-frontal military assault against all those innocent people in eastern Ukraine, to wipe them all out. So, there really is, without question, something extremely wrong with these people we see supporting Ukraine today. I've no idea what kind of people I'm actually living alongside here anymore. I'd take up arms against the lot, though. We then saw the Donetsk People's Republic and the Luhansk People's Republic request Russian military protection from Ukraine, and request Russian military assistance against Ukraine's illegal government's army and their Nazi murdering thugs, to which Russia, quite rightly, agreed, while also recognizing their own independence from Ukraine. So, I'd be fascinated to know when anything like that has ever been considered a military invasion by anyone? In fact, when has anything like that ever seen anyone claim it to be a military invasion? Not ever. It really only comes down to a remedial standard of propaganda that's all so backward in its entire context, that it's shocking that we could ever see anyone fooled by such backward propaganda. Seriously, just how uneducated would one need to be to even think anything like that, let alone start believing it? I mean, Putin made it very clear what Russia's aim was in Ukraine before they entered, and honestly, he could not have made it any clearer than he did. He told us all, very clearly, the aim for Russia was to protect those eastern Ukrainian people, who have been subjected to bullying, torture, murder, and attempted genocide against them by the Kiev regime for the last 8 years. For Russia to achieve that, they planned to carry out a full and quote demilitarization and denazification and quote of Ukraine, to bring to justice all war criminals responsible for the bloody war crimes against civilians in Donbass. And about time too, is the truth. All these supporters of Ukraine are only supporters of butchery and murder against all those innocent Eastern Ukrainian people. They're only supporting an attempted genocide against all those innocent people in Eastern Ukraine. I mean, my goodness me, there's something missing, something not right with them all. But not only that, no, but they unbelievably must all think that Russia protecting all those innocent people, at their own request, is a Russian invasion of Ukraine, and the wrong thing for Russia to do. I mean, this is just incredible. Idiocy and pure stupidity, let alone outright treachery. And all of these people we see supporting Ukrainian, also, must have expected Russia to just ignore all those innocent Eastern Ukrainian people's request for help and protection from Ukraine, and then just watch Ukraine murder them all? Think about it, that is exactly what they all must have expected to see. And that, really is, only a Nazi mindset.